Zig Zag Wanderer. You can up. You can up. Wherever I go.
Hey everybody, this is the Zig Zag Wanderer again, just walking around and wandering and looking at various signs on the streets, and I came across a sign that I would like to read to all of you. So why don't let's park over here and let me explain this sign to all of you. You see, it's called squatters. It's explaining to us what a squatter is, and it says to squat is to occupy a space that is poorly utilized or not used at all, to transform it. And wherever you find inadequate housing, a lack of meaningful public space, or landless people, you will find squatters. And squatters exploit the in-between spaces, the cracks in the system. Sometimes they live quietly with blankets to cover the windows of abandoned buildings. Wow, it sounds like we really have all these criminals here, you know, when you're talking about squatters. But, you know, you really can't blame some of these squatters sometimes, because, you know, walking on here in Manhattan, you know, you're paying like a couple $1,000s rent, and nobody even stays home. So, you know, all that time when people are paying $1,000 a month rent in their little apartments up there, and they're not home because they're outside in their little somewhere doing something. You see, squatters could come into the house when you're not using it. You know, why bother spend, you know, so much money on rent and everything like that when you're not going to utilize your apartment? So I can understand, you know, like, hey, maybe they're looking to squat. Or, well, we'll never know. We don't want to ask too many questions. We don't want to get into any kind of trouble, you know. Especially, you know, not good to always socialize with strangers. Sometimes you could, you know, but anyways, I was saying with squatters, you know, people are just not home nowadays. And the reason I know people are not home, especially in Manhattan, is because nobody's watching public access TV. They have, you know, better things to do, other things to do, and, you know, people are just too busy, like really busy, just... So that's, anyway, back to my original point, as I was saying. So you see, squatters, not only should they squat in abandoned buildings, they should squat in apartment buildings where people no longer, where people are going out all the time, because people are never home. I know, this is a very interesting friend of mine I would like to introduce to all of you. So why don't you come around here and watch that garbage on the floor, which seems to populate a lot of the streets, but that's okay. Yeah, look at that. Now, who left a red bag on that street? And what on earth is that? But that'll have to be another episode, you know? So anyway, this is my friend here, and, you know, it makes you wonder, what exactly is this? It's a guy with a gun. Oh, and there's a guy with a gun behind him. I mean, you know what they say? There's no such thing as an unusual coincidence. Yeah, and a good thing, I don't know, you didn't hear me, you know. Wouldn't want to get a ticket for saying, look behind you, there's a guy with a gun. So this is a guy with a gun, you know, feeling really upset. Probably because he might have been a squatter, and perhaps he might have been told to leave when he was a squatter. So that surely sucks. And, but whatever it is, we know he died with his boots on. You know, there was an interesting echo here. I like the way it echoes. So, oh, did I introduce you to my friend? Yes, I did. So, anyway, why don't you come along here? I want to show you something. Well, rather, let me go around here, and then you come around here. See, that's one of the nice things when you don't have the camera on a tripod all the time. Isn't it nice how it can freely move? So you people could finally see movement. Actually, I had nothing to show you. I just thought it would be interesting, like a change of scenery or some sort of sight, you know. So at this moment in time, I just wanted to conclude my zigzag wanderings by telling all of you, when you have a friend with a gun, sometimes that can be very useful, especially when you're drawing him on zinc doors, and also squatting is also a nice thing when you can find abandoned buildings. So once again, folks, this is the Zig Zag Wanderer, wandering around New York City. city and just wandering.